Introducing first, at a total combined weight of 457 pounds, Sigmon, Elliott Russell, your premier wrestling experience, tag team champions, the Heatseekers.
Of course, the Heatseekers coming to PWX beginning of 2020, and from the moment they appeared here, going after whoever held that PWX Tag Team Championship gold. And of course, that turned into ultimately what was a match against the Revolt. And of all people, the Rock and Roll Express getting involved back at the Rise of a Champion 15 in March. And of course, the Heatseekers then able to defeat the Revolt again at What Lies Beneath. It was an all or nothing match back in April. And as much as Heatseekers could come in here saying they defeated the Influencers back at Believe the Hype 1 month ago, it's a bit of a different challenge here in Finjuice, one of the top tag teams in New Japan Pro Wrestling. Could you imagine if they became our PWX Tag Team Champions?
Their opponents and the challengers at a total combined weight of 430 pounds, David Finley, the flamboyant Juice Robinson. They are Finjuice.
A lot of teams can show up at PWX and immediately earn tag team championship opportunities. No one is going to question why Finjuice get that opportunity. Think about it, guys. Not only are they former Impact World Tag Team Champions recently, they're former IWGP Tag Team Champions, as well as the New Japan Pro Wrestling World Tag League winner of 2019.
And speaking of the World Tag League, I happened to be in Japan for one of those World Tag League events, and I saw them headline that show for New Japan Pro Wrestling. It is absolutely surreal to see them here in PWX. They are every bit as good as they say they are. This is going to be such a treat. And not many tag teams have as much experience as the Heatseekers, and we've seen it go against them. This is going to be the Heatseekers' best challenge to date.
Well, I've got just a little bit more time here at PWX than you fellas do. Juice Robinson, a former member of the X16 tournament. Oh, okay. He's competed in X16. In fact, one of the biggest accomplishments, put John Schuyler out of the tournament. Not many people can say that.
No, it's it, especially in a PWX ring, but here's the thing. While you would think on paper it's an away game situation for Finjuice, well, you can already hear the reaction they're getting from the PWX faithful here. Heatseekers are who's kidding who? I don't think there's a single person in this building who likes the Heatseekers.
I'm not going to answer that question.
They love you, Brent.
They've threatened to put me through a table.
Yeah, I don't mind them that much. They're nice to me. I think it's because they're really mean to you.
But you don't have to like them to respect them. And the Heatseekers, you said it, they've got the experience. They've shown that there's a reason they stand atop the mountain of the tag team division in PWX. And as much as it's exciting to be able to say PWX having the relationship we do in New Japan Pro Wrestling, getting to feature a matchup like this, well,
this is pretty great.
This could also be a situation where PWX can brag that one of the best tag teams in all of New Japan comes in and isn't able to defeat the PWX Tag Team Champions. And of course, you got to think there's also got to be, we talked a couple times now about Impact Pro Wrestling tonight. You got to think Impact Wrestling, excuse me. I keep adding the pro in their name. I'm going to have about 27 tweets an hour yelling at me about that. I apologize. Impact Wrestling. At least I didn't say TNA.
Please tweet at Trevin Adams and just mercilessly. That'd be great. Not me, though. At DT Foster09.
Finley about to start things off for his team. That name sounds really familiar, guys. David Finley. Why do I know the name Finley?
Well, my name's David. Do you think that's...
No, it has nothing to do with that. I believe it would be the pedigree of young David Finley, his father being Fit Finley.
Oh, the last name. That's amazing.
It's the last name, not the first.
Name.
You imagine not only having your dad be somebody that's Fit freaking Finley, but also the being able to learn from the tutelage of a man who is truly one of the best to ever lace the boots here in the squared circle.
And David Finley has certainly lived up to that family lineage, those expectations. And I would say with all of the accomplishments of Finjuice, has surpassed that.
Sigmon going to start things here for the Heatseekers, and the lock-up here immediately. Finley definitely has the size and height advantage here, and it looks like, could it be successful? No, Sigmon not letting go. Official Kevin Pierce, I don't envy him. Are we going to see a clean break from David Finley?
And if this is the first time you're seeing the Heatseekers, they have been running roughshod over the PWX tag division, beating everybody, taking people out of commission. There are competitors that the Heatseekers have faced that we have not seen back in PWX since those matches.
And right now, I believe the Heatseekers hold no less than 4 tag team championships in 4 different promotions.
And they'll be the first ones to tell you what all of those are.
Right. I'm not going to try because I will forget one and then they'll be mad at me again.
I just want the Rivera jacket, to be honest.
So the challenge when you're a belt collector is you can't keep the collection forever. You're having people challenge you from all sides. And again, to have a world-class tag team like Finjuice coming after you.
That house of cards could fall quickly.
Finley taking back control and again, you can see the control of the arm and now into the tag. Smart move as Juice Robinson's brought into the ring. Finjuice absolutely a unit, and an arm has been targeted of Sigmon.
Juice Robinson back in a PWX ring the first time since January 2018 at the X16, where he had made it to the quarterfinals. His opponent in that quarterfinals, JD Drake.
Oh.
I will be logging on to PWXlive.com to watch that later.
Juice and I were talking about that earlier. He was trying to remember the name of the building. The Carol Hoffner Center in Charlotte was the host of Night 1. Cabarrus hosting Night 2 that year.
And when you're as world traveled as Juice, it is hard to remember all those things, but that's almost part of the pedigree. That's part of the gig.
And the soldier in that Juice Robinson's been on for the last couple of years in Japan, just getting so good. So good. And then, of course, this tag team as a unit in the last couple of years, gelling so well. I would not be shocked if tonight we had new PWX champions. But conversely, I would not be shocked if the Heatseekers showed again why they stand atop the mountain and were able to defeat Finjuice.
Heatseekers have cut corners. They bent the rules till they just about broke. They are the kings of manipulation.
I believe that Juice was tagged. Sigmon's held in the corner by Finley. Juice heading to the top. Again, axe handle. Notice they are really targeted the arm of Sigmon and
oh, Lukey fight.
Yeah, Russell. You got to thank Elliot Russell, and I don't blame him. Finally losing his control, his passion though has got his partner in trouble. There's a beating going on here. Senton connects from Juice Robinson. Pinfall. 1 count only, but
have you ever seen Heatseekers in this precarious of a situation in a PWX ring?
No, that's the thing. It's almost like their playbook being used against them. Usually it's the Heatseekers trying to incite the riot in their opponents, and instead Finjuice, the ones being successful thus far. And the tag now, Elliot Russell finally in this thing.
Yeah, Russell's gonna want a receipt for that loogie. Oh.
But you just saw Juice pulling Sigmon in front of Russell inadvertently, and we already had the tag to Finley, guys.
Double Bulldog.
Yeah, tandem Bulldogs, guys. Can we have new champs? Pinfall. 2 count only, but this cannot be what Russell expected.
Perhaps the last brain cell of Russell just left his head. That one was for you, Brett.
I didn't tell
Brett,
you
I
to
can't
say
believe
that.
yeah, you slipped me a note. You said say that. I'm going to tell Elliot.
Finley flying into the corner. Huge splash. Russell prone. Here comes Juice. And another.
Russell was calling for a timeout. He was not going to get it from Juice.
Yeah, not quite. Juice Robinson now. Mountain Russell. Sigmon trying to break it up, but stopped in the corner, but it gave Russell enough time to recover.
Think about how well-traveled Juice Robinson is. Think about how many different languages he's heard that 10 count in before. That's absolutely incredible.
Are you saying they speak a different language here in the
No, in different
Rock Hill, South Carolina?
No, they spoke a different language in Japan, though. Just saying he's so well-traveled. Anyway.
Tag now, Sigmon in. And just like that, Heatseekers taking back control. Juice Robinson rocked into that corner. And this is what we talked about earlier. You noticed it was just the proverbial inch was given, and the Heatseekers knew how to take that mile. And the other problem here, I think, and I mean it in the nicest way right now, when it comes to Finjuice, I think Finjuice, especially Juice Robinson, they're excited to be here. They're happy to be here. They're having fun, but those are those moments you make a tiny mistake against a tag team that's the tag team champions here in PWX. You're not going to leave with a tag team championship.
I don't think Finjuice realized the snake pit that they entered by challenging the Heatseekers. Maybe they're just not familiar with the Heatseekers do to their opponents.
It was a smart move by Russell, putting himself in between Juice and Finley, preventing Finley from being able to reach out and make a tag.
See Russell now continuing tossing Juice into the corner, and Juice could be out. Pinfall. So even Finley was starting to head into the ring with concern. Now the tag to Sigmon, and classic tag team wrestling here. He's cutting off the ring. The inverted atomic drop.
Oh, make a wish. Ouch.
I'm pretty sure Juice wished they wouldn't have done that.
Yeah.
Pinfall. 2 count only here, but definitely in control are the Heatseekers. And you notice how smartly Sigmon not only turning Juice, but putting Juice into a position where Juice is far from ropes, but also far from his partner and aiming the wrong direction. PWX faithful, though, perhaps getting that adrenaline flowing for Juice. But you notice how not perturbed Sigmon is, especially hitting that beautiful drop kick. Pinfall. The 2 count only, and that's the thing when it comes to the Heatseekers. Sigmon's the one who could definitely keep his composure. It's a dangerous dude as Russell now tagged in. Not that I'd want either of the Heatseekers mad at me, and I'm pretty sure they don't like either one of you. But, pinfall.
Who told you they didn't like me?
But point being, Russell definitely between the two, likely the hotter head.
Yes.
Also the bigger dude who can really beat the snot out of you, as you're finding out right here if you're Juice Robinson. And with Sigmon as the mastermind, that's why the Heatseekers are so good. They're really a throwback. They get under your skin. They understand tag team wrestling, and they understand how to control every inch of that ring and to do things you would not expect facing a tag team like a Finjuice here tonight. Chinbreaker, though, will create the separation that Juice Robinson desperately needs. No Elliott Russell taking out David Finley. And you can see Juice Robinson had nobody to tag there.
Right back into where the Heatseekers want him.
Yeah, and conversely, Sigmon able to tag in. And this ring has been cut off. Juice Robinson's trying to fight off 2 men right now, but it's really a losing battle.
Ooh.
The German pin. No, not enough, but you notice the boot from Elliott Russell kicking over Juice Robinson. Now Sigmon with the assault. I know I said that Sigmon's the one that keeps his composure, but I think at this moment perhaps I'm wrong.
Naturally, he's going to prove you wrong.
Everyone has a bad day some days.
Submission predicament here. And what I talked about earlier, trying to cut off the ring, and this is a situation where if I'm Sigmon, you notice Sigmon, to the extent you can with a submission predicament like this, doing everything he can to keep Juice away from Finley. And you notice Sigmon's got the eyes on David Finley to know if Finley tries to come anywhere into the ring. And think about the mind games. If you're Juice Robinson, you're looking at your partner and you want to get there and you can't get there. As much as you don't want to let your partner down, your body can let you down. But Juice trying to fight off Sigmon.
Oh, and Heatseeker said, no, thank you.
What do we got here? Side suplex.
That's got to be it.
That was the height advantage of Juice Robinson coming into play. Sigmon really had to reach up for that side headlock. All Juice had to do was stand up, and he was in that perfect suplex position.
And jam-packed Rock Hill Gymnastics, chanting Juice, trying to will Juice Robinson back to his feet. But the problem is the beating that's went on to Juice Robinson. Is Juice going to make it to the corner? Sigmon does, but so does Juice. Finley in. You see Finley wasted no time going after both men. Not his first rodeo. He knew it wouldn't be long before Sigmon was coming at him.
Picture perfect.
Yeah, the helicopter into the uppercut, but check it out here. Sigmon, as I predicted there, not only trying to come in, but a great drop kick thrown by David Finley.
He's going to fly.
There we go. Finjuice in control. David Finley, House of Fire here, now going right after Elliott Russell. If that European wasn't enough, here's another one. Helicopter.
On the chin.
Pin. 2 count only. Finley is bringing it and then some. Think about it, all the time spent in Japan for Finjuice. It is well documented how hard Japanese athletes will hit one another. There's a reason terms like strong style are thrown around. It's not hyperbole, and this could be it. Russell taken down. Leg sweep, pinfall. But Sigmon saving things for the Heatseekers.
And you know, the Heatseekers wearing those Ribera jackets to the ring has a little extra oomph tonight going against Finjuice and their New Japan Pro Wrestling background.
The tag here. Gotta think there's a closet full of Ribera jackets for Finjuice. And now prone. Russell over the knee of the Juice. Wow. Yeah, what an elbow drop coming out of the corner. Guys, do we have a new champ? New tag champs, pinfall. No, Sigmon getting the boot, and I mean barely getting the boot of Russell onto that rope.
Can you imagine what would have happened if referee Kevin Pierce hadn't seen the foot?
History would have been made.
Heatseekers are always a cohesive unit. They always know where the other one is at all times.
And to that end, I don't know if you saw, Sigmon just took out Juice Robinson outside of the ring, posting Juice Robinson. It was right in the background of our camera. And while Russell's prone, I get the feeling that Finley has no clue that his partner was taken out.
Tag's made. Here comes the power slam. Usually leads into the flying headbutt from Sigmon. Will this be it?
Heatseekers, are they going to retain? Pinfall, no. Robinson managing to get in, and like I pointed out, Juice Robinson ate the post.
Just in time.
It's breaking down here, all 4 athletes in the ring. Do not envy senior official Kevin Pierce right now as Elliott Russell directing traffic. Where is Russell going?
He's going up top. Are we going to see a powerplex? No, not if Juice can have anything to say about it.
Indeed, Juice Robinson taking out Elliott Russell, and here comes Juice saving David Finley, and
big chance. Get him, get him.
Oh! Doomsday device connects. Is this it?
Ah,
come on! Russell pulls out the official.
We got new tag champs.
Ladies and gentlemen, the referee has disqualified the Heatseekers. Therefore, the winners of this bout, as a result of a disqualification, Finjuice.
And the Heat.
However, ladies and gentlemen, as a result of a disqualification, titles cannot change hands. Therefore, still your PWX Tag Team Champions, the Heatseekers.
The Heatseekers stooping down to a level
Not
below
surprised.
what we even may have expected. Elliott Russell pulling out the official, saving Sigmon.
What kind of champions are those?
And here the please come back chance for Finjuice, and Robinson got a kendo stick in the ring. I have no clue where that came from.
Dave Foster, you ask what kind of a champions the Heatseekers are. Still champions.
Good one.
At the end of the day, as much as the record books will say victorious for